Yigal, Koby, David, how are you guys doing? Thanks so much for taking the time. How's it going?
Great.
Fantastic.
Nice to meet you.
It's good.
Great to meet you. So maybe Koby, we'll start with you. You want to tell us a little bit about yourself, the work that you're doing, and how you got into the work that you do in music?
Yeah, why not? I'm 46. I'm a bass player and a musical producer. And how did I get into music? Is that what you asked?
Yeah.
Um, I mean, music gets to you, I think. Um, when you're born, I started playing music when I was 16, maybe 17. I started playing bass. After 6 months playing classical guitar and then electric guitar, found myself muting all the trebles and playing the bass lines, and the guys from the band just asked me, why don't you play a bass, get yourself a bass? And I said, sure, why not? And the rest is history. I become very good at it in no time, and it was very fun. I mean, socially, I admit, and I was playing ever since. Like, I had a huge break, like 10 years that I was traveling and doing some crazy stuff, like making children, getting married, divorced, and I got to Tel Aviv when I was 32. Started playing more professionally with artists, big names, more or less like maybe Rami Kleinstein, Ariel Zilber, if you know them, local artists. And I was playing in many of the religious American Jewish scene in Jerusalem for a few years, and found myself in the last 10 years doing mostly pop and mainstream Israeli music, Middle Eastern oriented, with Eden Ben Zaken, and she's like a mega star female singer now in Israel, and with a lot more of, in this genre.
Very cool. Want to dig into it, want to learn more about it. Yigal, you want to tell us a little bit about the work that you do, and what the t-shirts are all about?
The t-shirts. Oh. Mm-hmm. Koby, show them the t-shirts.
Yeah. את צריכה גבר מזרחי.
Yeah. You need a black guy. No.
Cut
it off.
you need a Middle Eastern man, Gever, like is a.
you need a Middle Eastern guy. Yeah. So I got into music pretty late. I think like I started playing guitar when I was 20, and before that I never listened to music or played music. So I think my story is a bit different than Koby or the regular musician story. And I was more into physics. I studied physics and I worked a bit in it. And about 2 years ago, a year or 2 years ago, I decided to turn all my power into going only into music. So I found Koby. He found me, I mean, on the streets on Jaffa Boulevard. And
on the
Boulevard, no?
No.
Promenade?
Promenade.
Yeah.
אז מה זה Boulevard?
Boulevard, שדרות.
At the beach. So and
yeah.
then Koby, you
saw
saw
him playing.
play?
Yeah, I saw him playing and singing with acoustic guitar, and another guy playing the cajon, and said they're good. They need me, and I just went and told them that they need me. In the middle,
that
bass.
was just when Koby had his left hand broken.
Yeah,
and
right hand.
Oh, right hand. Okay,
yeah.
We had to wait a couple of weeks. Why did you break the hand? I forgot.
Should I say the truth?
Anyway,
the truth.
Anyway, okay.
You think so?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah. What's the story?
What's the story?
I was like fighting with my wife, and I hit not her. I didn't hit her. Never ever. But I hit the fridge.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's a better target.
Yeah, I was. So I broke this part of my hand. They put the איך אומרים גבס?
Cast.
One thing that,
Cast.
yeah,
Cast.
it lasted for 2 hours. I took it off, and I never moved it for a month. It was okay.
And then you couldn't play bass at all for 2 months?
I could,
Yeah.
yeah. I didn't play for a week, and then I could play very soft. Yeah, but it could. Yeah, it didn't affect those fingers. The important thing.
What was that experience for you? Like you've got all this passion, rage, whatever was going on to the point where, hit a fridge and then you're in a cast, which is got to be a frustrating, humbling experience. What kind of experience was that for you?
No, I wasn't in a cast for longer than 2 hours, but I can't remember. It was
humbling.
forgot all about it.
Yeah.
It wasn't that dramatic.
Okay.
No, people have kids and 3 little kids at home. Corona times, they don't go to school. It gets to situations like that.
Oh,
Indeed.
so it was a Corona
It
incident.
was, yeah, it's a side effect of the Corona.
Oh my gosh.
You had to add it to the side effects of Corona.
I can totally
Broken hands,
I can so
Cough,
see how this is stressful.
fever, broken hands. Yeah,
I think a lot of people had a lot of intense emotions going on during that time. It's understood.
I want to talk about the song a bit more. So I started recording. This is my first album with someone. I used to live in Rehovot. I moved to Tel Aviv like a year ago, and I remember coming to him. The first song I showed him was this song, "Atzicha Gever Mizrahi," and he's a Yemenite guy, and I remember his face. I was playing the song to him, and he was like, "Are you serious? Like we can't do such a song. Like what's the other songs you have?" And he never heard about that song again. And when Koby heard the song, he's like, "Let's do it. We gotta do the song."
The previous producer didn't want to hear about it, I guess.
He didn't want to touch the song.
It's crazy.
And Koby, how did you know that was going to be a great song, or that it is a great song?
We don't know if it's a great song yet.
Well, I think it's great. It's very funny.
It just got out a week ago.
It's
Congratulations.
fun. Provocative.
Provocative.
It's that I would say provocative, and it's fun, and we just made it great. I didn't know it's gonna be good. I said, let's make it good.
Yeah. I mean,
It's a decision.
No, I mean, before the music and everything, the content of the lyrics could be problematic to some people who have difficulty with humor.
Yeah. If you have humor problems, they will have a problem with that song, definitely.
Can you give us? Can you tell us a little bit about the song? What inspired it? What's about it?
I'll tell you a small story that maybe will give you insight about the song. So usually I play the song where me and Koby met at Jaffa Beach. And a lot of people pass there, sometimes more, sometimes less. All kinds of different people pass there. And every time I do the song, you always get some kind of reaction. It's not a song that you just pass and you can't react to it. And about 2 months ago, so I was playing with our drummer, who's now in the States. He's gonna be back soon. So I was playing the song, and a guy behind me, an old guy, was like, "Did you write the song?" And I'm like, No, it's the drummer who wrote it. And the drummer doesn't know Hebrew, and he was trying to talk to him. And then I said, "Well, what do you want to tell him?" He's like, "Listen, whoever wrote this song is going to Shituk." Paralyzed.
Yeah.
Whoa.
He's gonna be paralyzed. And 2 days after,
Happy not to know that word.
2 days after, I was playing again, and in the middle of the show, I got it's called, I don't know the word for it, but I was paralyzed for about a month and a half. Took me to the hospital in the middle of the show, and I had surgery, and it was
So are you
only
sure
now I'm
that
feeling
day,
better.
yeah.
Are you sure you still want to release it?
The song is released. It's
What could be the song? What's the song about that it has such an effect?
Listen to it. We can't tell you.
You
That's the whole.
you can't give us a teaser. Nothing. We have to listen to it.
Go to this shirt. You see the barcode? There's a
Well,
barcode.
I'll put a link wherever I can.
Like barcode where you come with a camera and it goes to the song.
Okay.
This shirt.
Well,
So
Get closer to the camera. With
you could
we'll put
you
it
could
somewhere on the
yeah, you
page.
could find it either on YouTube or Spotify.
Okay.
Whatever.
We'll put your links whenever we post this. But so Yigal, you were coming from the academic scientific world, and then you wanted to go straight into music. That's a big deal. Do you want to tell us a little bit about it?
Already, I was already into music, but not like seriously. It was kind of like a side, more of a side thing that was getting better, bigger with time, and you know, the thrill that you get from playing to people and the attention. You'll never get it anywhere in the academia. Also, if you win a Nobel Prize, it's just not
Yeah.
the same thing. So if you are a people person, it's not gonna be enough for you. Always gonna have a need for something like that. And I decided to give it a shot.
So you start playing like on the Jaffa Beach. You meet producers like
I already had I already had like a cover band. It was pretty amateur in Rehovot, and we were playing here and there, you know. Then I started playing by myself in different places in Tel Aviv, and especially on Rothschild Street before the Corona, and I saw that I was getting like also nice amounts of money. Like I understood that you could really live just from this, just from playing on the streets, and
Once
it
a
was yeah, and it was really a lot of fun. So that gave me the push to go into it altogether.
and now you recently released an album or you're about to release an album.
So the album is more or less finished, and it's being released single by single. It's not an album; it's going to be 6 singles. The first single was Atzicha Gevel Mizrahi was released not a long time ago, and the next single, which is the songs are not really the same. They're very different. I think. What do you say?
Very
It's not. You can't call it an album.
Even
It's
different
singles.
different languages.
Yeah. So the next song is very different. It's much more of a deeper song, whatever deeper means, you know. And it's a different style. It's called Summer of '82. It's gonna be out in 1 week. And
Much more conventional.
yeah. And about every month and a half, I'm gonna release the next single.
Very exciting. Very cool. Congratulations. And so Koby, you're the producer?
Yeah, and co-producer.
Co-producer.
Co-producer of several songs, and the other songs, yeah, we produce it together. Like Yigal tells what's on his mind, and I try to make it happen to get it recorded.
How did you learn all about production? Like, did
How did? Oh, I just started doing that. I bought the app. It was Cubase on this time. I had very good teachers. It was you probably heard of Infected Mushroom.
Yes.
sounds familiar?
So, yeah, they're not techno. It's a trance EDM duo. They originally from Israel. Now they live for last 20 years in LA. They gig all over the globe. They're very famous now, but we grew up together, kind of grew up together with one of them. And the younger one that is a computer pro, he taught me like dozens of hours on the phone, and he really supported me. And I supported other people from that knowledge. I saw he supported me, so I should support other musicians, and it's still going. And I'm kind of autodidact. We said in English, in Hebrew, but
Yeah, I think they
ככה
understood.
אומרים, autodidact. Yeah, self-taught. Also, bass player and a producer. I never went to school.
Is the jams you do, is that also to support the community? Or is that
yeah,
more for fun
yeah.
or
To have
everything?
fun, yeah. To meet interesting people, play together, have a good time.
Yeah, it's very good for
I
connection.
don't make a penny out of it. People come and see the studio and they want me to produce. Like I came to him, and all the money he makes on the street, he
He's-
gives it eventually.
It's gonna end up in your pocket.
Yeah.
Funnels to his pocket.
And how did you meet, Koby? How did you meet? You know, you're working with Eden Ben Zaken. I mean, she's the most well-known that I know of the names that you mentioned. How did you end up forming those connections? How did they hear about you? How did that happen?
It's one thing leads to another. You gotta have good connections. Like Yair Lapid, who's going to be the next prime minister. I met him maybe it was 13 years ago. He's a songwriter, lyricist. He was playing with Rami Kleinstein, and I was at the backstage, and Rami Kleinstein just went into the room, and I told him I'm a bass player, and he told me to meet with his bass player, and because they need a sub, and we did, and went fine, and I played with him and made some recordings with him in the period after that. But Yair Lapid saw that and said, "You're gonna make it, because in Israel, 100 people will say no, 2 will say yes, and 2 is a career in Israel." And it was exactly my situation. I have 2. Anshe Mafteach, how would you say it in English?
Key people you met?
Yeah, like teachers who happen to be the busiest bass player in Israel, and he heard stuff that I did, and just put me in the industry, in the industry.
Oh, but you're also
Called me
great
to
at
play
your instrument.
instead of him when he can't do some gigs, and one thing led to another. The connections that comes from school, I believe in school, in high school, the connections that you make in high school. And I also saw it on Asher Fedi's son, they moved to LA, and when his son was 16 years old, he met a guy in high school, and they made some songs together, and became #1 hit on Spotify this year. Mood. Have you heard of Mood? Google it.
MOOD?
Yeah. 24K something he call himself. And read about him. He's a public image now. Omer Fedi, yeah. It's a school connection for him.
So you're just very social. You connect with a lot of people, but you're also really good at your instrument, right?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, people pay me for playing that. I guess I am.
How much do you practice? Like, did you?
On bass, I don't practice. I practice on piano. That's not a piano. I practice darbuka. I don't practice bass anymore. I play bass. I got what I.
But when you started,
I'm good with what I have already.
Okay.
So I just use it. I don't try to get anything better. I try to get better when I record. When I try to do the best I can everywhere, in every note. It doesn't matter where I play, for one person or for 20,000 people. I don't care. I try to do the best, but I don't practice it anymore.
And when you
Practice
learned
it live in front of people.
And when you learned it, did you have like years where you played all day, or did it come to?
Yeah, maybe a couple of years, 2 or 3 years. I played whole day. Literally.
Yigal, when you were inspired to write the songs that you've written, starting with Gever Mizrahi, what inspired the songs? Or is it like a constant flow? Like you get tons of ideas, you're constantly writing songs. What's the process for you for writing songs?
You know, since I moved to Tel Aviv, I haven't written anything.
Should be fixed.
Yeah, should be fixed. What makes you write a song? I think there are like 2 concepts maybe for writing songs, as I see it. Either you start from a melody or a guitar line or piano, whatever, and then you put lyrics on it, or you start from lyrics and then you try to put on it the music that you think fits. I think almost for me always it's usually first the melodic line coming from the guitar or some kind of a riff, and then I kind of try to feel what kind of lyrics or idea of a song should fit to those melody. But the okay, the Gevel Mizrahi song, um, I think I was like intentionally, I had the idea of trying to find a song that would be provocative and would make people like must pay attention to the song. And I think there's nothing more provocative in Israel. I think there are the two main provocative things in Israel is what's going on between men and women, like Me Too and all that stuff. And the second thing is I think it's less now than what it used to be, but there is still a lot of talk about like racial um, differences and Jews coming from that country and whatever. So I had a concept in my head and I was looking to make a song out of it. And that's what came out. But the other songs, I don't know, one time maybe I was sad and I had this riff, and maybe one time you have riffs all the time. You have stuff you're working on and you put it aside and you try to glue them to different things. So I remember starting from one song and most of the parts from the song are not there anymore. The song turned so many times. Uh, the evolutionary process of the writing of the song, especially when you come and to the studio and record it. That's when it really changes a lot. So, but a lot of the parts that you worked on and are like went away or something. They're always there. You'll use them sometime for something else.
You have to be in a certain mental state when you
Yeah.
come up with a song. You have to be heartbroken or
I
super
don't know.
euphoric.
For everyone, it's different, but you have to decide that you're writing a song because
It's a decision.
Exactly, it's a decision, and I didn't take that decision for a year. First, because I don't like to do open new stuff when I'm not finished with things I'm already working on. So I want to finish the album, finish it, close it, and then start something new. But that's me. Everyone works in a different way. And second thing is that I was having so many things like working on covers, for the street shows and working on new instruments, and I just didn't take the decision of okay, I'm working on a song. Because when you're working on a song, you're not working on the other stuff. You gotta give and take,
And when you get to the studio, why does the process change then?
When you hear a song on the radio or on YouTube or whatever, what catches the ear is usually the sound is like the first thing. If you'll hear the song, if it's not a great song, okay, a great song will work no matter, just with one guitar, I don't know, Tears in Heaven, it works on one guitar. It's great. You don't need really more than that. Everything else is just another plus. But most songs, especially today, it's all about the sound. Everything, 90% of it is sound, and that's where the producer comes. It's
Tell us about that, both from the producer and from the artist. Tell us about this sound concept, especially if you're a consumer, if you're listening to music, you're probably not even noticing all the different sound productions and experiences. Walk us through that. I think that's very interesting for people to hear about.
I'll tell you from my side, and then Koby will tell you from his side. But I think that's something that a lot of singer-songwriters that are just starting to get into that world and they want to produce their album or record it, and they don't understand it. They come to the studio and they think it's like magic, like 2 days and you have a song, because I written the song, I have the lyrics, I have the melody. Well, what's the problem? You go to the studio. That's like 5% of the work, having the song written in your head. That's nothing really. Most of the work is the production, and it never ends. You have to say, okay, that's it. It's good enough for me, you know, because it can never end. What do you say, Koby?
What's the question?
How's the process of writing a song in the studio or to producing it?
With Yigal, and same as with most people I worked with, they have something on mind, and I have to discover what they have on mind, and how to make it work with the new rules of music. Changes all the time. Whether it's going to be acoustic or electronic, and we just see what catches our ears. Different sounds, and sometimes it's even we randomize it. Just throw crazy stuff into it and see where it takes you.
That would actually be a really cool experience. I don't know if that's in the realm of possibility, but if like, let's say you have a day in the studio for a non-producer, non-musician, non-artist to be able to see the process of, you have an artist who's got a song, and then you have the producer who wants to bring out more of the song. That would be a really interesting experience, the whole process, because Koby, as a producer, you're probably coming up with tons of different sound concepts, sound ideas, different ways of painting the song. And then the artist is like, well, I don't know if that's really what I want or what I don't want. It's a really interesting creation from the vision to the producer and what ends up being in the hands of the consumers.
Yeah, you have to make sure you have the same vision. And you just try some demos. Last song we did, Serenade.
Oh my God.
I had several.
That song is taking forever. It went through a lot of.
Quite a few versions, I would say. Even before I met him.
Yeah.
Already got it. And now we got it. We really nailed it. Now I think we got it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sounds amazing.
I think as a physicist, the way I look at it, it's kind of like entropy. I don't know if you heard the word, but
explain entropy to the non-physicists in the room.
It's proportional to amount of possibilities you have in a system. And if you want to get rid of entropy, you gotta put in energy. And what I mean about it in the context of songs, I'm sure you could even talk about it in entropy, because entropy is also connected to information and whatever. Is you have the vision in your head, it's a specific thing, you know, and in order to get to that vision, like you have to clean up, you know, like you clean up a diamond and whatever. You have to try all the possibilities for each part. And the more possibilities that you try and cancel them out, that's it. The more energy you put in, that's the energy you put in, you're gonna get rid of the entropy, you know? You're gonna end up with the best version or the closest thing you had to in your head. You just gotta try a lot of possibilities. Check them out, check them out, check them out, check them out. When you canceled enough possibilities, you know that you have the best thing that you want.
That's a principle in physics.
It's connected. It's connected to information theory. And
do I understand it correctly? To me, it sounds like you basically start with chaos, with tons of things, but you have an idea what the order would look like, and then you selectively remove things, and then put them back in or add.
You have I don't know, you have 100 balls in the system. They're everywhere. They're just flying everywhere, and you want a specific combination of the balls to be in a certain way. You know, you have to take that ball, keep it over there. Got to move things, a lot of things, until you get exactly what you had in your head. So I don't believe a good song comes out only after you canceled a lot of bad versions of that song.
So Koby, David, after you.
Good app, right?
Yeah.
About what?
It's true. It's
for
just
a good
concept.
application. It's also
true for anything.
Yeah, well, actually, when you were talking about entropy and the more energy that you put in, the more that comes out, and you go through this process, that's exactly what I was thinking about. David and I have definitely had, in other words, the process is very similar, even though it's a very different creative outcome. You know, coming up with a song, coming up with an app or a platform, probably would be true of any creative process. Especially if you have the bigger the vision or the stronger the energy of it, the more output that it has, the capacity of it, but the more of that process it's just going to take you more and more to take out the vision and end it up it being a creation.
You don't have the vision. It's like putting energy, but you don't know where. It's just
Yeah,
warming up the
yeah,
everywhere.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah,
So, a way of putting energy in. So if you,
Shooting in the dark.
yeah, if you don't have the vision, the arrow to lead you, you don't know how to funnel that energy in the right way. So you must have the vision first, and then you have to put in that energy.
Do you also have this experience? Because we have this experience, and I have it a lot. That I have a vision, and I think this is so obvious what we're going to do. It can be difficult, and then when I start doing it, I see that a lot of details are missing. You know, so it's like it's more
Yeah,
like a.
that's
Do you
the
have that same
that's the
experience
thing.
when
Good
writing music?
good things are about details. That's what's production and sound about. It's detail. You'll listen to the most simple song that comes out today, 3, 4 chords, and it wouldn't work without all those details in the sound going into it. But it's the same 4 chords. You know, someone could say it's a stupid song.
That's why
It is a stupid song, but the atifa, איך אומרים עטיפה?
package.
The package, a lot of effort has and energy has been put in the package. That's a different subject. Like, what do I think about the songs coming out today? But there is a lot of energy coming, like going into some kind of thing in music. But now it's packages. It's not less about the lyrics maybe and less about other stuff. But it's also something, you know.
That's what makes it possible to not doing a complex harmony, doing simple
Yeah.
and repetitive
Yeah,
harmony,
yeah,
because the production tools got so much better and
yeah.
interesting.
Look, a great song is great everywhere. It has good sound. It has good structure. Has
Arrangement.
yeah, the melody is connected to the lyrics or in some kind of way, you know, in some kind of logic. You know, it could be this is very happy and this is very sad. It also some kind of logic, but there is a thinking behind it. The greatest songs have everything, of course. I think today mostly all the energy goes into the package, usually.
Mm-hmm.
And
And
Kobe, when you
it's an industry, whatever. Kobe knows about it more than me, but he's in that
Kobe's
industry.
so when Yigal or another artist comes to you and they've got a song, they've got a vision, and you're looking to pull it out, how do you come up with different sounds or structures or arrangements? Or is it just the software? Do you come up with different sounds? Like walk us through a little bit about through that process of the details of the arrangement.
It's a hard question. I just try different stuff. An electric bass or no bass at all or 808 bass. Um,
All right, but
I
maybe you could say like you start from skizza. Like first you just lay out the song on the computer. You know what, just with a guitar and
it really changes. It depends what the genre, what's the artist, where he wants to take it. Some people just say, yeah, I want a drummer and a bass player, and like we used to do it 20 years ago, 30 years ago. Just play the song, and some other people just want to experiment, like Yigal, and we walk in this journey together, try different stuff. That's just what we do.
Do you have a sense of if a song is going to be a hit song or not, or how popular it's going to be, or how much people are going to enjoy it? Do you have a sense of that? That's a question for both of you.
Of course.
I have a sense, but I mean I'm biased, but it's my songs. But I think I have a sense. Like I feel this song is going to be a hit, at least if some effort is going to be going into getting it out, you know. That's also another thing today. It's not. You could spend hours and hours on writing the song and then in the studio and then just disappears in the sea of information and the songs every day, tons of songs coming out, you know.
It definitely has the potential to make some waves. I'm positive about it.
Yeah.
Because it's crazy. That's what people. It's different. If the lyrics has a say, not just general lyrics about love and he left me, I left her. That's a unique saying. That's a very important thing. When like you ask if you have a sense for a hit, it depends on the lyrics a lot.
So it's in a sense meaning, or like touches some kind of meaning, and this one is also controversial, right?
If
So
it's crazy enough, if it's
Yeah,
different,
it's a crazy
different
song.
enough.
different.
First of all, the style is much more connected to like blues American stuff, and usually you don't have many Israeli hits playing fast shuffle blues or country music with Hebrew lyrics on them. I can't think even of one song being a hit here in that kind of style. It's very different. Maybe that could be also the weak point, because maybe people hear it and they kind of say, "Oh, it's blues." Yeah, I can't hear that stuff, you know. But it's also a strong point.
The lyrics just hit you. They listen to the lyrics. And they can't stop.
Certainly,
it doesn't matter
people
anymore.
pay attention. Yeah, he has played it at the Tayelet also on several times. Where
They
he
start to
every
laugh, and
Every time I
they
play the
stop,
song,
they laugh,
you
they,
got their
people listen
attention.
to
they
it.
take their kids and move away. They do all kinds of fun.
They want to come and see you. They give you flowers, get phone numbers. A lot of stuff could happen.
They see an action needed.
David, how did all three of you meet? Or David, how did you meet Koby and Yigal?
Yigal I met also in the Tayelet, I think. Maybe at the Fearless project.
Yeah, feels.
So Yigal, I think, was playing the guitar, and we talked a bit, and then I invited him to a jam.
I
right?
remember where we met at Greg's place.
Ah, who invited you?
Asaf.
Lorena? Asaf.
Lorena and Lorena, maybe Asaf.
Okay. So in one of the jams then.
David, by the way, that's been such an interesting experience from the beginning of the jams until now. David has met this whole community, like you guys, you amazing people, amazing creators, amazing musicians. It's been such a fascinating experience. Also, David, I'd be curious to hear from you how it's been meeting different musicians, meeting producers and musicians like Koby and Yigal. It's been such a expansive experience for us, and also for you.
Yeah, well, I've always played music, but never really like seriously. I never really practiced or anything like that. And then I had a quarter life crisis 2 years ago and decided I want to make music. And I didn't know any musicians except for one singing teacher. And I also, so I decided to organize jams and meet people who organize jams. I just started talking to them and got instruments and started practicing. And met Yigal and met other people, and through Yigal, Koby. Also at a jam that we did at Powtoon offices, I met Koby for the first time.
That's true.
You brought him, and then you guys played together, and then
You helped me with my stuff.
right.
It was just after my back surgery.
Yeah, you couldn't carry your bass, right? So
I could, I just didn't want to.
right. Well. That's smart. No, but anyway, so it's like, and they're just really warm, welcoming people, and they, even if you suck, you get your 5 minutes on stage, and they encourage you, and it's nice, So
We invited him here and had some great jams, the Corona jams.
Yeah, they were like almost legal, I think.
They were illegal, totally illegal. Like you would see us on the news. On 9 o'clock news. If
also, if it wasn't Corona, it would be illegal.
No, but you can see it's just a happy, fun community
Underground.
of people, you know? It's like they're just creative, they do what they want, they do what they love, they do it because they do it. They don't have like necessarily like plans of I'm gonna like write a hit or I'm gonna become a musician. They just I'm playing bass. And then if people want to listen to that, then that's great. Oh, people want to listen to it and pay me for it. So fantastic. So I really like that part because that was missing a long time in my life. I was very much thinking and trying to figure everything out. So yeah, that's what the meaning to me, anyways. And
See,
sounds
we're
like you're a little
special.
bit like
Yeah,
that.
we are.
We're special.
We should admit.
Thanks, David.
And David, what was your experience of listening to Gever Mizrahi, the new upcoming hit song?
Well, my Hebrew isn't great, but it's good enough to understand that that is like
Tell
that
'em
might
about it.
some people might take offense. I mean, it's like it's really politically incorrect, I would say. Um,
About a
it
mom and a daughter.
it plays on stereotypes, you know, of different ethnic groups and what people think about them, and especially yeah.
It has a double meaning also.
Okay, so that probably I didn't catch
Yeah,
because my Hebrew isn't
you gotta be.
fantastic.
It's I wouldn't. I don't know if I would be able to
Translate it.
yeah, or to explain it to someone who's not involved in the Israeli, mentality or culture.
But it sounds
it's like
great and it's
the
catchy.
daughter, the mom says to her daughter, do whatever you want, but when you get married with one of us, like a white guy, a good white guy. And then the chorus comes and she said, I'm sorry, I need a black guy.
Mizrahi. It's not exactly, but yeah,
Yeah.
a lot of cultural subtext here.
And
A brown guy.
The
But-
chorus
Yeah.
ends with
Brown guy. Okay.
even if he's Yemenite, because even if they're small and
Yeah, maybe
Kamtan,
that's
And,
enough information.
but they have an advantage, and you have to listen to the song to know what's their plus. No.
So, yeah, it plays with those stereotypes that Israeli society like believes about the other groups and even say about themselves. But still, if you're like a Yemenite friend of mine, which is considered Mizrahi here, once I like said something about a stereotype like this, which she mentions herself all the time, she got offended. So it's like it's complicated, you know. It's like
I think usually the Mizrahim and the Yemenites usually like the song more than the Ashkenazim, which are the untanned people. And this is also because of the double meaning, and it's all messed up in Israel, like usually
In everyone.
it's difficult to explain. Whites are offended with, okay, let's say like this: if I'm gonna tell a German a joke about the Holocaust, he's gonna be more offended than me, and I'm telling the joke. I'm the Jew, so it's something like that. The white people are offended for the blacks, which like the song.
But the funny thing is that you don't look Mizrahi when you sing it.
I'm not. Does he look Mizrahi?
No, but that's why it's funny, you know.
Sternklar is German and Klar is German,
And
Polish,
you have the
whatever
same
too.
last name, like Klar.
Yeah.
That's true.
Crazy.
That's true.
And the drummer is also white.
But he loves the Mizrahi music, right? Is it not Itai, another drummer?
Yeah. Jacob.
Jacob.
Too bad he's not here.
Maybe for context, for people not from Israel, like there's Mizrahi and Ashkenazi, and part of them were basically the Jews that were living in Europe and northern countries, and the other were living in the other countries, and they have cultural differences.
Yeah, it's. I think over here, maybe less than United States or places like that. It's the racial differences is not about the color as the culture, I think, in Israel. It's not about black and white, really. It's more like a cultural thing. Like Mizrahim usually come from more cultural Arab countries. They came with that culture, and Ashkenazim come from a European, German, Polish culture, and I think that's the main difference.
And that's where the fridge comes in.
And they also all agree that they're Jews, right?
Yeah,
So it's not exactly a racist
Israelis,
problem. It's just,
I
but
know.
it's still delicate
In
some
America,
sense.
it's like really taboo to say a joke, a racial joke about black and white people, and in Israel, Israelis don't understand it because we don't. It's not the context over here. It's not about the skin color. It's about the cultural difference.
Yeah, and as a general thing, I think the humor plays is a value, whereas getting offended and getting upset and getting is another thing. I think the go for the humor.
2 hours after I uploaded the song to LinkedIn, which is like just a way to get the song to the radio station, they called me from some radio station from
Breaking news.
yeah, breaking news. Like, we want to put you live right now, and it was the station is a station only for Mizrahi songs. It's the warm house for Bait Hacham for Muzika Yam Tichoni. And he put the song. He stopped everything and he said, "Okay, we got this song. I must let you listeners hear it, and then we're gonna talk to the one who wrote the song." I didn't know which station is it. I don't know who's talking to me. I didn't understand that it's like it's a ambush.
Ah, you
Oh,
were
really? They ambushed you?
And he put the song for 1 minute. It got to the first chorus where the lyrics stopped, but yesh lo kli. Whoever wants to understand it got to listen to the song, of course. And he stopped the song and said, "Of course, we can't keep on with such song with such lyrics." And he started in a very angry manner, like talking to me, like, "You really wrote this song? What did you think to yourself? Are you serious about it?" And I'm like, "Dude, it's like the Yemenites love this song. You don't hear the lyrics?" He's like, "My friend here is Yemenite. He's gonna wait down under your house." This is live on radio station. So that was the first time that the song got onto the radio, just as it was
So did you tell him your address?
No, of course not. But
I did.
They say that any kind of good and bad news is good news.
What did you feel? You wrote this, you created this, you put this out there. It's controversial. Nevertheless, the first time on the radio was a little bit of an ambush.
I think music has to move people in some kind of way, emotionally. It doesn't matter. If it doesn't do anything, it's nothing. It's not there. And I feel good about it, that people stop and they must listen to it.
And Koby, what was your feeling when Yigal comes in? He has a vision. You help make it something through the production. Now it's on the radio. As it gets more and more listens, what's that as an experience for you as a producer?
Yeah, I was happy for him.
Getting ambushed.
I was really afraid for.
Okay. Every time we were
worried.
playing the song, he put his hat on the capuchon.
Because you say he wrote it and then he plays it.
And he turns his back to the crowd.
You just say he wrote it?
He turns it back to the crowd and he's like, "I'm not connected to this song." But now, just last night, we were going out here in Yafo, and some people that see us play sometimes are like, "We heard this song. It's crazy. It's a great production." And then he's like, "Yeah, I produced it."
Okay.
Did he say it?
Yeah, and he was like, "Yeah, I know. Worked hard on it." So.
Yeah, I'm proud of it. You should be proud of things you do.
Yeah.
That's what you do.
I feel we gave almost everything into it.
So you got 6 singles coming out, and where can people download them, get them, buy them, share them?
I have a spot. It's first of all, it's gonna be always gonna be published first in Spotify. So I have a new Spotify profile under my name, Yigal Sternklar, or you could find the song at Chagever Mizrahi. There's no other song like that, I promise you. And you'll find me, or on YouTube. I also have a good channel there with some covers. Or you could come and watch us live. That's the best thing.
So if people follow you on Instagram or on LinkedIn, where can people find out more about you and when you're going to be performing live?
You know what? Lately, I haven't been publishing. It's kind of difficult to publish an event when you're playing on the street because you don't want to call a lot of people, and then you get there and someone took the spot, or it's much more dynamic. Um, People usually know that I come once a week on Saturdays to play on Jaffa or whatever, so they start to know that Yigal is there every week, you know. But right now I don't have anything published. Just you can call me. Have my phone on.
We'll publish your phone number, and
on Instagram.
I mean, there are videos everywhere with the sign, you know, and the phone number.
And do people call you? Like
Yeah,
when,
people call and invite events. Now less, but sometimes they still do it for weddings and birthday parties. Those are the best events we had. Me and Koby had good times, good good times in some of those events, and hopefully that's where we're trying to head up for right now, like to get our show officially more into with like private shows and.
wait, so you started 2 years ago, like seriously making music?
Yeah, I started recording the album 2 years ago. Yeah, about 2 years ago.
And now you have a full show. You have 6 songs.
Usually the show on the street is mostly covers. Three or four of the songs sometimes I play on the street, but usually when you play a show on the street, people want to hear covers. It's kind of difficult to start with originals, but that's why I also feel very promising about this song, because if you play an original in the street and you get attention, you know, on the street, the comments and the faces you get is real. It's not your friends in a pub with a good sound, you know. If
And
it's good,
phone numbers you get.
yeah.
Yeah.
If it's good, it's good. You know, it's they're not gonna fool you. So that song was always good on the street.
Koby, where can people find out more about you and your work?
If people want to know more about me and my work, come over to the street. Come down to Eden Ben Zaken.
Koby, I'm looking for Koby.
No, you'll find him
Yeah.
every
Come,
every day on Jaffa
come,
Promenade.
come to Jaffa.
Well, that's actually fascinating that you guys play in the street, because I know that Koby is hard to get a hold of. Like, if I want you to come to an event, I need to tell you a month in advance or something, right?
Yeah, but he plays on weekends, and the industry does work on weekends. The industry that I work in, so I'm free. So I just have my family, and
Also, maybe you could invite him. We're gonna Sunday jams. Gonna be back again.
yeah.
And,
Sunday jam. You can
So
see
this-
you there. You're most welcome.
Sunday jam. So is this? Are there going to be jams now every Sunday here?
maybe we'll do it once, 2 weeks, or every week. We'll start. I don't know. We'll see how it
Yeah,
goes.
we start again.
And
Yeah.
is this
It's-
your studio? It's like
Here, yeah.
right. And then, so does it have a website or something? Do people?
We should do.
Or is it just because people
No.
know you and heard of you and then they come
Word
to
of
you?
mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't publish it. I mean, I'm not advertising
Yeah.
my studio. It's like my home, kind of.
People know it's the best jam in town. Become.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Maybe I'm
it's,
old-fashioned in this way.
It's more of a
It
party.
has
than a
great
jam.
musicians. It's really fun. I mean,
Yeah.
when like first time I was here, it was really fun, and then I wanted to come more. So I think, and also tell other people. And sometimes it was really, really full.
Yeah. It's purposely also not published because we want to have also control of the crowd that comes.
And me as a producer, I'm busy enough, so I don't publish it. I don't advertise.
All right.
Koby
Well,
will
one man.
find. You won't find Koby.
Oh,
Yeah,
cool.
no, well, I think we got it. You just go on the street and start screaming Koby, and you'll be led to Yafo in one way or another. You'll find Koby. I think that makes sense. I think that works.
I just give you my phone number. My email.
Guys, thank you so much for taking the time. I cannot wait to listen to the song. I'm really excited to listen to the song. I think a lot of people are going to be very excited to listen to the song and the next 5 that are coming out. And looking forward to seeing you guys again soon. And thanks so much for taking the time. It was great. I learned so much. I think everybody learned so much. And David, it was great seeing you again as well.
Yeah, wish you good luck with what you do.
Thank you. We'll keep you guys posted as it develops.